can't come to the phone right now. Why? Oh. 'Cause he's dead.
I'm constantly being haunted by my past, by terrible things I should have never done. Consider that I was a different person back then, and now that person is gone. I'm comfortable with the changes that I adapted to myself, but that's not why I'm making this song. The past won't leave me alone and it's freaking me out. It's freaking me out. Was in and out of prison for most of my life. I threatened to kill someone with a knife, made scathing comments about his wife, and now he has murderous intention in his eyes. I run back home and I'm scared. What do? I can die any minute now. Just need to think this through. So I pulled out a flamethrower and before he made it back home I set that bitch on fire. He seemed alarmed so I wait for the firefighters to come. Then I hear a knocking on my door. It's the police. They want me for arson. He 18x if he don't fuck with Ken Carson. I'm behind bars. My girlfriend calls me and she's worried. She came to bail me out. I told her to hurry. She pays them the money and they set me free opposed to keeping me in there and throwing away the key. Damn. I'm constantly being haunted by my past, by terrible things I should have never done. Consider that I was a different person back then, and now that person is gone. I'm comfortable with the changes that I adapted to myself, but that's not why I'm making this song. The past won't leave me alone and it's freaking me out. It's freaking me out. Now that I'm free we can get freaky in bed. Or that's what I thought, until I heard a knocking at the door. It's the guy from earlier. He's here to kill my wife. You ain't got to tell me twice. So I smash a wine bottle in his face, blood dripping everywhere. Then I crack his skull open. Got the blood on my hands so I went to wash it off. As for the corpse itself I will drop it off somewhere else. She was getting worried and didn't know if she could do this anymore. I told her that we just had to try. Before I could say anything else she jumped out the window. She was trying to get away from me, but why? No evidence was at the scene so I was able to get away with murder. The next day I show up at my local grocery store. They try to ask me about it but I switched the topic on him. That way they don't know that I did it. That way they don't rat me out to the police and get me behind bars again, cause I just wanna be home. Some people wanna be alone, and the girl who left me isn't even answering her phone. Damn, I'm constantly being haunted by my past, by terrible things I should have never done. Consider that I was a different person back then, and now that person is gone. I'm comfortable with the changes that I adapted to myself, but that's not why I'm making this song. The past won't leave me alone and it's freaking me out. It's freaking me out. The girl texts back saying that she has moved on, but that doesn't explain why she jumped out the window. So I asked her why she did it and she said that it didn't feel safe to be in the relationship anymore. Before she could type anything else the guy sleeping with her was punching his dick in, and neighbors usually called to complain that they were too loud. She ignores those people cause it ain't important. They wake up together after tonguing each other down and now she's doing the same activities I wanted to do with her. Except she's doing them with a guy and it seems like she's having more fun with him than with me. I've become depressed and hang a rope on the attic ceiling. I then tried to tie my neck around it until I noticed someone looking in the window showing concern. It was my cousin. He didn't really want me to go out like that. He then proceeded to teach me on how important my life is and that everyone cares for me and wants me to be alive. I cry a little but it was good to see him again. This ain't the first time one of my family members talked me out of something. I remember my mum not wanting to get me a certain video game, but it's fine cause I was older then. So I bought it and enjoyed it because I never could growing up. She might not like what her son has become, but at least I know that God's there for me, and He's always protecting me from harm that comes towards my way. I'm constantly being haunted by my past, by terrible things I should have never done. Consider that I was a different person back then, and now that person is gone. I'm comfortable with the changes that I adapted to myself, but that's not why I'm making this song. The past won't leave me alone and it's freaking me out. It's freaking me out. One thing I was always embarrassed about back then that I wasn't willing to admit until now is that I used to watch TV naked. The disgusting part is that I would usually lick myself to get clean instead of just taking a shower. I know I was a human but I felt like a dog. I think some shows had me bricked up, especially the ones with females in it. I just think about fucking every single one of them. None of them are underage, I promise. If I was lying then I would be on a sex offender list. A list you never wanna be on. They know when you're attracted to children. For some strange reason you couldn't always explain. I feared that one day someone would pick apart my brain and at first look they would think I'm insane. If I wouldn't be in the studio right now. I would be in one of those white rooms all tied up, but I've gotten better now, I promised. And for someone like me it's hard to break a promise. You gotta believe me cause I promised. Keep this between you and me cause I promised. Yeah. I'm constantly being haunted by my past, by terrible things I should have never done. Consider that I was a different person back then, and now that person is gone. I'm comfortable with the changes that I adapted to myself, but that's not why I'm making this song. The past won't leave me alone and it's freaking me out. It's freaking me out.